All right. All right. Please let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Oh, so can I start?
Yes.
So today we'll be discussing that women shouldn't wear high heels. First, we'll look at the definition, then we'll go on to the medical impact on women. After that, high heels are a distraction. Then we move on to the obligation that women, then we'll move on to the obligation that women should wear high heels to fit into beauty standards. First, the definitions. High heels are women's shoes with tall, thin heels. The first reason why women shouldn't wear high heels is that they have a medical impact on them because they can develop hammer toe. Wearing high heels can cause arthritis, which is a common condition that causes pain and inflammation in a part of your feet. A toe that is bent permanently downwards, typically as a result of pressure from footwear. For example, a woman who wears everyday high heels, at the end of the day, she's not feeling comfortable. Wearing high heels above 2 inches will force your feet to slide down and forward, essentially squishing your toes and putting unnatural pressure on them. For example, this can cause bunions, ingrown toenails, nerve damage, and even tendon damage in the legs. So it has a negative impact on women's health. According to the Spain Health Institute, reports that 72% of women will wear high heels in their lifetime. Many wear them daily. 49% of 18, 24 years old, 42% of women aged 20 to 49, and 34% of women that are 50 and over. In addition to that, according to recorded figures, the number of foot injuries due to wearing high-heeled shoes has doubled in 10 years. Statistically, that was the statistic. However, only 8 out of 1 million women bless themselves because of their talents, but this proportion also varies according to age, and it have a lot of injuries for women. So now we've looked at the medical impact on those women, and that it has an impact on their health. So now move on to the reason that high heels are a distraction. High heels are a distraction because, for example, a teacher that she's teaching, student, instead of focusing on what she's saying and focusing with the lesson, they will just focus on her legs and on her feet because she's wearing high heels. Or everywhere, it's actually everywhere. Also at work, when you're working with someone, instead of focusing with what you're saying, they will focus on your feet because you're wearing high heels. So those high heels are a distraction. This is why women shouldn't wear high heels. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your speech. We will now have the first speech from side opposition.
Are we allowed to give POIs?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay.
As the opposition team, we strongly believe that women should be independent to choose what they want to wear, and part of that is deciding whether or not they want to wear high heels. I guess we all know what high heels are, right? Well, in case you've been living under a rock or haven't gone out in the street in the past century, these are a kind of shoes with a stick under the heel that measures between 2 and 20 inches. There is no actual reason behind this debate because we live in the 21st century, and talking endlessly about what women should wear, whether it's hijabs or heels, is so close-minded and old-fashioned. People often say they are pro-choice concerning the right to abortion, but here today, we are telling you that we are pro-choice about everything. Let women choose what they want to wear and when. Keep the bands of their bodies and of their clothes too. Now, about what the other team said health-wise, you know what we're answering to that? that governments allow lots and lots of products to be sold with no restrictions, even if it can cause great damage. For instance, cigarettes are the reason behind around 80% of the US's lung cancers, and yet there's no ban on them. About children wearing heels, well, the first reason behind children being killed in the US are guns. And are there any restrictions on guns? No. About the distraction side, if they don't focus on you and what you have to say, that's not your issue. That's theirs. And they should get help for that because the most important thing is not what women wear, but what women say. I'll start with talking about the fashion side of it, and then our second speaker is going to discuss the feeling heels bring to women. So firstly, high heels are a fashion tool. They can make or break an outfit. Have you ever seen a designer runway with a heel-less outfit? Probably not. And sometimes not only an accessory, but rather, the main piece of the outfit. And all of the other pieces are chosen according to its design. Women are used to making outfits with those and liking them, enjoying them. Why should we take away that from them now? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your speech. We'll now have the second proposition speech.
No, that's me. Ladies and gentlemen, as a government member, I'll show you why wearing high heels is harmful for women's mental health. I'll cover the damaging social impacts wearing high heels have on society. But first, I'd like to respond to the first debater. So, Bushra claimed that wearing high heels is like a source of self-expression, that women have to choose whatever they wanna wear without the fear of being judged. But that is not true, because can you please answer the question if should we smoke cigarettes? Then the answer would be no, even though it's legal. But so that would apply to wearing high heels also. The government should care about the well-being of the citizens of the society, regardless of you said, oh, I've never seen any fashion pageants or where models didn't wear high heels, and definitely some of them.
We can't hear you anymore.
So what I was saying, you can hear me?
Yes, we
So I
can hear
can
you.
just, okay, so you heard me say what, so I can follow up.
You were in the middle of your refutation.
Or did you hear the fashion argument or not?
Yes.
Okay, so I said that a lot of fashion events, they don't wear high heels and still it's beautiful. The woman can feel really comfortable, and it also boosts the short girls. It's not short, but they're shorter than average, and it really boosts their self-confidence. So this has nothing to do with fashion, and we don't care about fashion if this harms the women's mental and physical health. So now I'll move to my arguments. Firstly, society made up some beauty standards that every woman should follow to feel pretty, and high heels are one of them. By wearing high heels, you're telling women that being shorter than the average is not okay. And this crushes women's self-confidence, because people should learn to love themselves the way they are, without needing to put uncomfortable high heels to feel pretty, to feel accepted, and not being judged by society. Yeah.
So what about if it helps their confidence? I mean, people get surgeries when they don't feel confident about their nose. If wearing heels get more comfortable about your height, that shouldn't be banned.
As I said, it's just a mental barrier, because high heels are a part of those beauty standards. They just imagine that if they don't wear those high heels, they won't feel pretty. And that's the problem, because it's uncomfortable for them. It's unhealthy. They shouldn't wear high heels. And this is just a mental barrier. And if if like they didn't wear any high heels, they would feel as pretty and as beautiful. So I'll move to my second argument, which is a lot of women are forced to wear high heels at their jobs on a regular basis. So just imagine, we just have flight attendants, we have secretaries, and they are forced to wear them to give a formal and presentable image. They suffer from lack of self-confidence and lack of self-freedom and self-expression. Can you imagine how unhealthy and how uncomfortable these women get at their jobs? It is just unacceptable. So yeah, thank you for listening to my speech.
Honorable members of the jury, members of the opposition team. So as the second speaker, I would like to rebut what the second speaker of the proposition team said. Firstly, she talked about self-expression and how these women are not happy when they are wearing heels, and that these beauty standards are, forced upon them. First of all, these women is not cheap. They're not cheap. So they can decide whatever they want to wear, and some women feel happy wearing heels, like it's a way to express themselves, and it does not bother them.
POI,
Yes.
I didn't say they don't feel happy. I said they feel uncomfortable and it's unhealthy. So even though you're gonna be happy doing something that's gonna hurt you, you shouldn't do it.
But they know it's unhealthy, but they still choose to wear those heels. So no one is gonna, you cannot blame them. They choose to wear these heels. So I'm gonna move to my arguments.
POI?
POI. No. For centuries now, high heels have been bringing to women a feeling of power, a feeling of class. They are worn during formal events in parliament buildings. They are a symbol of femininity and elegance. So we, as the opposition team, think that banning high heels is like banning a red tie from Donald Trump. It's not logical to do that. So the question to wear or not wear high heels shouldn't even be here. If a woman wants to wear a high heel or any type of shoe, she can simply wear it. It is her right to wear whatever she likes. Some women cannot live without heels because she does not feel put together. It is similar to a man forgetting to wear his bow tie to a formal event. Moreover, for years and years, high heels have been a standard of beauty that women have been told to endorse, a standard that makes women more attractive. So why should we abruptly choose to stop that?
POI?
POI. Yes.
POI? You're just proving my point. I just said that wearing high heels is one of the beauty standards that women are forced to do just to feel pretty, and that's what you're proving. So
I did not finish. I did not finish my argument. Till I finish my argument, then you can judge. As I was saying, these women have been told to endorse a standard that makes women more attractive. So why should we abruptly choose to stop this? Guys have been enjoying looking at women wearing heels, and women enjoyed looking at themselves wearing heels. When they tell you, when they tell you beauty standards should be changed, you tell them, but now they learn to like them. Beauty standards are not a problem. I'm not a problem as long as those women want to endorse them. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that speech. We'll now have the third speech from side proposition.
I will start my speech now. So throughout this speech, the other side has tried and failed to convince us that high heels are empowering to women, and that is a personal freedom of her. We'll look at this debate in two main clashes. First, does aesthetic justify compromising your health? And is wearing high heels a matter of oppression or free choice? We've looked at, in the first speech, we've looked at the fatal effects of high heels on women's health. It causes several complications, several medical complications, such as arthritis, which, as my first speaker showed, is a condition that causes inflammation of joints. It can even cause tendon damage. And as is showed by statistics, a third of the women wearing high heels have had falls that impacted their health in a significant way. Ladies and gentlemen, these risks are never, no thank you. These risks are never worth taking. and certainly not for reasons such as looking pretty. Plus, as our side already brought up, wearing high heels can distract other people from showing who
Realize
a woman really is. Yes,
women can't feel pretty.
they don't have to feel pretty just by the male validation, because what you're saying now is that women only feel pretty when they follow the beauty standards, which are not actually very good because they're installed by the patriarchy, by men who are controlling women. So no, we don't think this is a case of free choice and women empowerment. This is a case of oppression by the patriarchy, a historical oppression that has forced women to follow beauty standards. So as I was
Okay.
saying, no, thank you. So as I was saying, our side already brought up how wearing high heels can distract other people from who the woman is actually is, who they are, what they say. All they see is that they are beautiful, they are pretty. When a woman is not just her body, a woman is not just her beauty. This is not a misogynistic view on things that we're putting right here. We believe in women having choice. Yes.
Aren't these women aware of the health issues?
Aren't people who do drugs aware of the health issues?
Yes, they're aware, but they still choose to wear these heels.
Sorry, Kautar. You ask a POI, they answer it, and then you have to ask for another POI.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
So-
okay, it's okay, we're learning.
People who do drugs are also aware of the health complications. They're also aware that what they are doing is fatal to them. And that is why drugs in most places are illegal. So as I was saying before, this is not a misogynistic view on things. We believe in women having choice, but not at the depend of their health. We care about women. And that is exactly why, ladies and gentlemen, we think women should not wear high heels. As the other side said, lung cancer has also health complications. But one thing doesn't negate the other. The fact that cigarettes are bad doesn't negate the fact that high heels are also bad and can also have a fatal effect on women. And as my second speaker said, we want women to feel comfortable. And high heels are not a way to do that. Because if you really think about it, what would you
Why?
prefer if you were, no thank you, if you were all alone at home, what would you prefer? Wearing high heels or wearing your pajamas and being absolutely comfortable without a care about how you look? Because that is exactly what we're saying here. Women are only wearing high heels to seek validation from society, and you cannot tell me otherwise, because how many women wear high heels when no one is looking at them? And that is not the actual problem. If they do it to seek validation, that is not the actual problem. The actual problem is that in the process of seeking validation from the society, they harm their health and they feed into these beauty standards that are a very big part of patriarchy. High heels are not going to help with women's confidence. A point that the other side brought up, and we think is a very weak argument, is that high heels make women happy. Women are only happy because other people like them this way. People who do drugs are also happy. As I said in my previous PO, people who do drugs are also happy. They're happy with their choices. They want to do drugs. But does that mean that what they do is right? More than anything, we want what's the best for women. And that is exactly why we should let go of the mindset that forces us to see the world the way the patriarchy wants it to be, the way men want it to be. And that is exactly why women should not wear high heels. And I'm very proud to propose. Thank you.
All right,
Now
thank you.
it's the turn of the reply of the opposition team, right?
No, it's the third opposition speech.
Ah, yes, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Okay, high heels are crucial in a woman's wardrobe. Whether it's for wearing them in her everyday life or just occasions, it's considered a necessity. And while the other team claims that they're bad for the health and that they're uncomfortable or even that the risk isn't worth it, I have the perfect answer for you. Fashion is the majority of women's living, and heels are definitely not the instrument to measure a woman's worth. That's an absurd statement. So what? Stop wearing heels because men can control themselves from perversely looking at them? If you want what's best for women, then let them make their own choices. Let them have the power over what they want to wear, what they wear. Our house opposed the prohibition of high heels for many reasons, as Bushra and Kautar enumerated. To recapitulate, heels are a choice women choose to take or leave. I dare you to ask a woman at the end of the day about how she feels when she's wearing them, and her not saying that she feels wonderful, powerful, and confident.
DOI.
No, thank you. As the popular quote says, there's nothing as good as a good pair of high heels. So who are we to prohibit something that's a source of happiness for another person? Also, the second point is that women are fully capable of taking responsibility, and it's only a debate topic because men feel insecure and oppressed. So why should men have a matter in women's clothing? In conclusion, and for all these reasons, yes.
You said that men should not have a say in women's clothing, and that is exactly why we think women should not wear high heels, because this was installed by men.
Well, no, because high heels is a choice a women choose to take. If I want to wear high heels, I'm gonna wear them. If I want to wear something, I'm gonna wear it for my own good because I feel good when I wear it, not because men feel good.
DOI.
Yes.
Actually, you said that she wanna wear it, but actually she's just forced to fit into social norms and to fit into that beauty standards. So she's not like she doesn't want it. She's just obliged.
It's not a beauty standard because because there are many reasons women wear high heels. Firstly, it's because it gives her power, it makes her feel good, and it's about shaping her legs and making her body shape look enhanced. So why should she not wear it if she wants to? No, thank you. So for all these reasons, it's obvious that women should have a say in what they want and what they do not want to wear, and therefore high heels should be banished. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We will now have the opposition reply speech.
Honorable members of the jury, members of the proposition team. During this debate, the proposition team continuously claimed that women shouldn't wear high heels because of some health issues that these women are aware of, but still choose to wear them because of beauty standards they choose to endorse, because it makes them feel more powerful and feminine. As free women, they have a right to choose freely and wear whatever they want, without anyone imposing anything on them. It is absurd to say that women shouldn't wear high heels. That is why we think, as the opposition team, that we are right. Thank you.
Just give me 1 second. All right, let's have the final speech of today's debate, which will be the proposition reply speech.
Okay. Hello everyone. So in today's speech will be in two parts. Firstly, I will be restating what happened in the debate, and secondly, I will tell everyone in here why we as proposition think that we should win. All right. So firstly, opposition stated that women excuse me, women get to wear whatever they want and how they feel confident wearing heels and how they feel happy, and it's some sort of like self-expression in fashion. And for proposition, they said that it has a medical effect, that it is also a distraction, and how women should not seek validation from men. Okay, so after my next part, which is why we as proposition should win. Firstly, as we already stated, it has a medical effect, it has a public health effect. And women should not seek validation from men. They should not wear things just because they are forced to or anything. And most of all, it is a distraction. Thank you.
Okay, so let me stop the recording.